Hey everybody, it's JANG here with a look at LEGO Galaxy Squad set number 70709. This one is intended to retail for $100 USD in the United States. And the Galactic Titan here is the big one. This has officially 1,012 pieces included. Everything that you see here is included with that one set. So this is the largest Galaxy Squad set, and this is probably the one that the most folks have looked forward to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the things that come with it, starting with the minifigures. Now, most of these figures you have seen before, so I'm not going to go into any detail about them. You've seen them in my previous reviews, and you can see lots of great pictures, static pictures of them on the web. So I've got a lot of stuff to get through, so I'm just going to skip through these for the most part, except for one. So we've got over here Solomon Blaze. We've had him before. We've got Solomon Blaze's robot sidekick. We've had him before a couple times, I believe. This is a mosquitoid on the alien side. This is a mantizoid, which is new for 2013. But then you've got one more guy. This guy. That is Max Solar Flare. So this is a new team member is being added exclusive to this set as of the time of this video. Max Solar Flare with the super bright red facial hair. And I'll just give you a look at the other side of him real quick. So he is intended to be a prisoner in the scenario that they set up for this set. He's intended to be a prisoner of the aliens, and Solomon Blaze over on the left with his robot sidekick is supposed to be coming in to rescue Max Solar Flare. These are the things that they are rescuing him from. You can see there's a cocoon right here. I'll go ahead and put him in there because that's what the cocoons are intended to be used for. They're for trapping the heroes. So we've got two things here. I'll go ahead and start with this one because it's right up front, and I think it's the more interesting of the two items here on the alien side. So I went ahead and put the mantizoid in its place, piloting this centipede is what it's intended to be, sort of little alien centipede. I like the design of this thing, for just a little add-on thing. Goes with the insectoid theme really well, and it's got some nice little articulation to it. It's got a nice look to it. I like the use of these Chima pieces that are relatively new to LEGO on the whole. First used them as beak pieces for vehicles from the Eagle tribe from Legends of Chima. We've got them in some new colors here, and they've used them to good effect. And then you see how you've got the cocoon on the back, and this is removable. Those things are always removable, and you can put them in different places. Got a little bit of tail detail here. And up front, there's a little pilot position. These are supposed to look like eyes on the sides, little Baraki eyes that are used here and here. And I like the front. It's a straightforward design, but with the colors, especially with the bright barbs used, the bright lime green colored barbs, looks really good. And you can also place, I'm just going to borrow this from the tower, you can place one of these eggs in there. So this thing could actually take an alien egg out into the battlefield, or it could just recover one that has rolled away from the base. And the egg, I'll go ahead and show you that now. I've seen this already from a previous set, but the egg has a little insectoid bug inside of it when it hatches. So that can open up. You can look at this either this way with the wings on it like that from the top, or you can turn it upside down and look at it this way. This one is built in the way to be used this way with the little barb-shaped legs facing down, but you can play with it either way. And I'll just go ahead and put him back in there because this actually goes with the tower also. They call this assembly the Hive Tower, and there are different things that you can do here with the way that you set it up. You can actually place the cocoon with the guy to be rescued right here and just put the claws up there to hold it in place. That's held in place really nicely, and they just kind of have a little bit of gangway here going either way. Went ahead and put the mosquitoid there. You've got some sort of conduits here for transferring fluids and or power. Got a nice bright neon greenish yellow crystal outcrop over here, and you can see there's some spill of whatever the power fluid stuff is. It's kind of coming down there. And then you've got this tower here, which is kind of looks like it's coming out of the ground, and you can see they've got these barbs on either side, and this does have an action to it. So I'll go ahead and move this up and zoom this out, so hopefully you can see how this works. There's a little handle on the back which is going to push on an axle that goes all the way up the height of that. You started to see what's going on there. When you hit that, it's going to push the egg out of the way, and you can actually pop the egg up in the air like so. And if you push it harder, you can really get it up in the air. The idea is that this can shoot up, and then basically it would be, an egg would be emerging from here. It would shoot up into the air. When it hits the ground, it would crack open, and then you've got another bug on the battlefield. Unfortunately, they only give you one bug, but it's just it's a cool design. Not a whole lot of playability to it, but it gives you kind of a miniature base to attack. Just a small little outcropping of alien influence on whatever planet the Galaxy Squad is visiting at this time. Which brings me to the vehicle of the Galaxy Squad. Now, when I started out the video, I had it arranged like this, and I did that specifically to throw folks off and probably to get some folks who have OCD really mad. Because this is actually the back of the thing. I think it looks better from this side personally than it does from here, but I'm going to turn it around and show you the way it's supposed to be. You can choose which you want to be the front. I really don't care. I think if you want this to be the front, that's up to you, but this is intended to be the front of the main vehicle. It's a two-piece vehicle. Let's go ahead and take a look at this from some different angles. As we rotate this around, you can see it's got quad tracks on it. A liberal application of stickers all over this thing, so they give you a pretty big sticker sheet to go with it. I like the little scorecard kind of plate here showing all the kills, the bug kills. You've got one on this side, you've got one on that side. This thing has clearly done more than its share of work out in the battlefield in its time that it has been deployed. A pretty good looking thing, nice size. We'll go ahead and show you the difference in size between a minifigure standing right next to it and this thing. It's large and it's heavy. It's pretty sturdily built for what it is, but I'll show you a little bit more about just what goes into its design in a minute. I'll go ahead and turn this upside down so you can see what it looks like from under here. Not a whole lot going on there that it looks like, but here is where things get really interesting. So once again, we back this up just a little bit and I will show you the split function. So this entire top section comes off, and it's connected with two sets of fingered hinges that actually don't hinge, they just pull off, and you end up with this and this. So this right here is called a Planetary Defender. It's it's a large tank unit. And then this over here is called a Deep Space Destroyer. So that's obviously a space vehicle. I'm not through transforming these yet either, because this has a little radar that pops up. So that's pretty cool, but it's still not a whole lot when you consider there's all this open space in the back. Well, let's fix that right now. There we go. Now we are talking. Now we've got two cannons, and you can independently change their angles, and you can rotate this entire thing around. And not only does it have the ability to move around, it has the ability to shoot. You can shoot both of these. Boom, boom. Excellent. These are good old Technic cannons, spring-loaded. They are pretty precise. You can really get good play value out of trying to hit a target with these, because they do tend to shoot in the same direction pretty much every time. There's not a lot of randomness and spread to it. That looks pretty cool. You've got kind of a low slung tank over here now, and that is the little control center area there. You can actually open this up. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that, and let's go ahead and put a character in that spot. So I'm going to take the gun out of his hand, and there's a spot to put the gun. I'll show you on either side if you didn't see that already. He just sits down in there. Doesn't really have a full-on proper seat per se, but he does sit just fine. If I can just find the, there we go. Just lean him back a little bit and move these in. There you go, Solomon Blaze. Got a couple of little laser cannons, I think is what those would represent, not just lights. We've seen those tips used previously on other sets. And yeah, just really low slung, still has the stickers for detail and texture, a look of texture. Not a whole lot going on back here though, not a whole lot at all. Let me show you from the top how open that is. Look how open that is, and it's open because it needs all that space to put the cannons way down in there. And they fold in really nicely. This folds in really nicely. I like the design. This part back here is left completely open. My understanding, I believe I saw a video early on that was showing that you could actually add power functions to this thing to make it go. So that would be interesting to see. I'm assuming that it would be some areas either here or back in this open area here that would accommodate the power functions motors that you could put in there. But we'll see about that later on, see if I can make that happen. But then we've got this whole vehicle right here. And this is kind of in its landed mode. I really like what they did here with the little pylons to hold it up on the sides. You know, it sits down low to the ground, sits down low on the Planetary Defender. But when you get this up in the air, we'll take this back here again and zoom out, and you can actually rotate the wings forward like so. That is a very nice action. At least I like it. I think it's really cool. I like the design of these wings. You know, they're not your typical just triangular shape. They put a bunch of pieces together. A piece here, piece here, piece here, piece here. Different color here with the dark blue. I think that's a good look. You know, it's a definitely a gunship look. You can probably see or imagine some inspiration from various different sci-fi franchises where you'd see elements of design used here. You've got laser cannons here and here. I don't know why they had to use these huge sections right here. Might be kind of coolers for the lasers so that they're able to shoot pretty fast. And it also has flick missiles you probably saw on the struts on either side. So you have one flick missile here, one flick missile there. Let's take a look at the canopy area. This has a heads-up display there, which is showing some text backwards because it's actually being shown to the pilot and co-pilot who would be inside there. This whole piece is intended to come up, comes up pretty easily. You've got some bug splatters on the windshield also. And then you've got another heads-up display right here. You can see it's see-through, has some printing on that also. Got a little bit of cockpit detail there. We've got a little instrument panel there. A couple of little levers, control levers right there. Let me go ahead and take the robot sidekick here from the blue team, and I will just well, they show you on the box. They show you a picture of him in the co-driver seat where he's actually still holding on to this giant rocket launcher on the inside. You can see he actually fits as long as you take off the jetpack on the back. He fits there like that. But I've got Solomon Blaze in the Planetary Defender, so I'm actually going to move this guy down to the main pilot seat for now and just leave him there for the duration. Get his arm up. There we go. Put this back on, and then I'll give you another look at this from the back. You can see you've got nice little engines there that are all completely lit up with the transparent neon orange color that's used for the back to kind of represent flame coming out of there. See, kind of empty under here. I'm okay with that. I'm actually yeah, I actually kind of like that. It has a little bit of a futuristic helicopter kind of sky crane kind of design to it. I don't know, it's interesting to me. I kind of like that thing. And it's very easy to go through its transforming features of going back to its standard docked state. You just fold those wings up, bring your Planetary Defender back, and land straight down. You can see you've got platforms on either side where the struts just go right in, and these little fingered hinge pieces line up pretty easily. There you go, done. And this is good to go in its full form, and you can at any time, as long as you leave a minifigure on each, you can just launch the separate section whenever you need it. This is a cool set with a nice balance of parts and features between the main part of the set that's focusing on the Titan assembly itself, and then the add-on pieces to have something to battle against on the alien side. This is not my favorite set in the entire series, even though it is the largest. I think that the Bug Obliterator set actually did a little bit better job with the split functions, has a nicer spaceship section to it. But it's still a good solid set. The price per part is good. It has decent playability, and I'm just curious about how we could get the power functions in there. I'm sure that you would probably want to set that up with actual remote control to be able to control this thing properly. But interesting design elements, and it all works out. So that's it for my look at this set number 70709, the Galactic Titan, $100 US in the United States, from the LEGO Galaxy Squad series. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to share this video with other folks who are interested in seeing the review of this set, and make sure you're subscribed, please, if you would like to see more LEGO reviews as well as custom stuff. I'm doing a lot more custom stuff nowadays, so stay tuned for more. Bye for now.